A new letter from Tesla to its stockholders. Have you ever seen anything like this, folks? A single company urging investors, shareholders, to exercise their right to vote. If I didn't know any better, I might think that maybe Tesla, the company, and Tesla's board of directors really believe that this upcoming Tesla shareholder vote is important. Just a crazy theory, I know. So let's read this latest letter from Tesla to its shareholders, which is 99% of the people watching this video. And every time I post an update on this, quite a few say, hey man, thanks, I just voted. I'm glad I saw this video, otherwise I wouldn't have known that I should and or could. If you haven't, head to votetesla.com for info. Dear fellow stockholder, Tesla has been one of the most successful enterprises of our time. In just the past 6 years, we created more than $735 billion in value for you. By the way, that's up to the end of 2023, if I recall, while advancing our mission of accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy and driving an unmatched pace of innovation in artificial intelligence. Which, by the way, is true, unless, of course, you talk to many of the analysts on Wall Street and even some of the money managers. Shout out to one in particular in California who claims that Tesla isn't an AI company. Our next growth vector is equally as ambitious, but the present and future value Tesla is poised to deliver for all of you is at risk. This year's annual stockholders meeting is rapidly approaching, and we need your vote on two important proposals. Vote for Proposal 3, re-domesticating Tesla in the state of Texas. The reason for that, of course, is so that corrupt activists pretending to be judges in Delaware can't repeatedly fuck Tesla and fuck Tesla shareholders without consent. What's the word for that? And vote for Proposal 4, ratification of the 2018 CEO Performance Award. Now, there are unfortunately some shareholders out there currently suffering from a severe, debilitating, and painful case of sand-in vagitis. I'm not sure if it's a terminal illness or if there's a cure, whose pettiness and or potential financial incentives, who knows, maybe they're betting against Tesla ahead of the shareholder vote, has seen them loudly and proudly declare that they're voting against the ratification of this well-earned compensation. And I can't possibly see this being good if the 2018 CEO Performance Award is not ratified. How could that possibly be good for Tesla shareholders, or democracy, or capitalism, or business in the United States? Both of these proposals are critical to our future, but today I want to talk about Texas. Texas is already our business home. We need to make it our legal home too. Re-domesticating in Texas is a logical evolution for Tesla. We have moved our corporate headquarters to Texas in 2021, and in 2022, we completed our Gigafactory Texas, Tesla's principal manufacturing facility, the production hub for the Model Y and the home of Cybertruck and, keywords here, our future vehicles. That's a plural, vehicles. So, just want to say that again, our future vehicles. It's always worth reading these things for the breadcrumbs that are left. Obviously, that's plural there, so there are going to be multiple new Tesla vehicles that will be produced at Giga, Texas. Well, let's think of some possible, dedicated Robotaxi, tick. Interim vehicle, tick. Thousands of our employees, as well as our executives, have moved there. Texas also has a legal regime that does not allow fucking people and or company leaders without consent. Oh, I think I misread that. Let's try that again. Tesla also has a legal regime that will enable us to advance our world-changing mission and, in turn, continue to create additional value for you. There is value in business disputes being heard where Tesla is headquartered. The community is directly impacted by court decisions affecting our company. Over the last several years, it has become clear that Delaware is no longer the right jurisdiction for us. In fact, we have been studying a move out of Delaware for some time. Re-domesticating in Texas builds on our relationships with the state and local communities, including government actors, employees, and other stakeholders, which are critical to Tesla and reinforces our commitment to the state. We need to be incorporated in a state we believe will protect stockholder rights, as opposed to fucking them without consent, while at the same time support the kind of innovation that has driven the strong stockholder returns you have enjoyed over the past several years. That state is Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas, and being in Texas enables us to dream bigger for the future and for all of you. Sincerely, Robin Denholm, Chair of the Board. And there's more to this letter. Protect your investment. Bring Tesla home to Texas. Our primary US manufacturing operations, employees, headquarters, and our executive team are all in Texas. Re-domestication to Texas is a logical next step in a process that has been underway for some time. July 2020, announced Gigafactory Texas. October 2021, moved corporate headquarters to Texas and launched auto insurance in Texas. December 2021, began production at Gigafactory Texas. April 2022, Gigafactory Texas officially opens. June 2022, Gigafactory Texas reached a run rate of 1,000 units per week. December 2022, just 6 months later, Gigafactory Texas reaches a run rate of 3,000 units per week. January 2023, announced Gigafactory Texas expansion. March 2023, hosted first Investor Day held at our Texas headquarters. Texas is best for Tesla and our stockholders. Move aligned with stockholders' desires. We have received letters from thousands of Tesla stockholders, both large and small, supporting a move to our home state of Texas. Texas's legal regime allows Tesla to advance its strong mission. Unlike Delaware, Texas law specifically allows directors to consider our company's long-term mission to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Strong stockholder rights. Texas stockholders have substantially equivalent rights as in Delaware. Texas is expected to be more accommodating of innovative and ambitious companies. No shit, Sherlock. Texas's highly defined corporate code is expected to provide more certainty for you as we continue to make big bets on the future. By the way, shout out to future Tesla Optimus bot production. No Delaware premium. Redomestication in Texas is not expected to affect Tesla's market value. Texas provides more stability for Tesla and our stockholders. Delaware courts are increasingly fucking Tesla investors without consent. Okay, I keep misreading that. Let's try that again. Delaware courts are increasingly second-guessing boards and stockholders' reasoned decisions. Oh no, I did read that right the first time. How dare these fucks spit in the face of shareholders and overturn the will of the people, which is exactly what happened when this corrupt activist pretending to be a judge in Delaware robbed Musk of his fairly earned 2018 compensation after more than 70% of Tesla shareholders voted in favor back in 2018. And then Musk delivered every one of the tranches, every one of the milestones necessary to be fully compensated, doing outrageous, near impossible things, bringing enormous value to shareholders. How dare Kathleen McSeabaum think she has the right to spit in the face of Tesla investors? This is really important because if Tesla doesn't reincorporate in Texas, you can expect activists pretending to be judges to be coming after the company and fucking us all without consent over and over and over. Tesla is in essence trapped in a toxic relationship with Delaware right now, needs our help getting the fuck out. Last page. Voting your shares is quick and easy. Don't wait. Vote now. Whether or not you attend the annual meeting, please vote for Proposal 3 and Proposal 4, redomesticating Tesla from Delaware to Texas and ratifying the 2018 CEO Performance Award. Vote online. Locate your control number on your proxy materials. Visit the website listed below and follow the instructions. If you have received proxy materials by email, you can simply click the link and follow the instructions. Vote by QR code. If your proxy materials include a QR code, you can scan the code. No shit, we know how to use a QR code. Thanks, bro. A vote by phone. Registered stockholders can locate the number on your proxy materials, dial the number indicated, and follow the prompts. And you can even vote by mail. Now, this is how you know things are really serious. If you need help voting your shares or have any questions, please contact our proxy solicitor, Innisfree M&A Incorporated. And there are phone numbers on screen right now for Tesla stockholders in the US and Canada or international. Banks and brokers also have a number. This is how serious this is, folks. Tesla now has their own dedicated phone number, technically via their proxy solicitor, for people in the US and Canada and internationally. You see, everyone who owns Tesla shares has associated control numbers for those shares. Some stock brokerages don't allow customers to exercise their right to vote. But if you push, poke, and prod hard enough, you will get the control number out of them, and then you can do the proxy voting yourself. This is extremely important, specifically as it comes to reincorporating in Texas, because based on the documentation, unlike the ratification of Elon Musk's 2018 compensation, where votes that are not cast don't count, in the case of the reincorporation in Texas, votes that are not cast automatically count as a no, and Tesla needs to get a majority of votes approving, as in voting for the reincorporation in Texas. Otherwise, it gets knocked back. So think about this. In a hypothetical world, let's just say that 50.0000001% of shareholders didn't vote. It's an automatic no, even if literally every single person who cast a vote votes for the incorporation. That is how serious this is. And like I said, it's a big deal. Delaware and corrupt activists pretending to be judges are just going to keep fucking Tesla. Why? Because Elon bad. Constantly, if Tesla is not able to move. Fascinatingly, the official Tesla account posts this. If you have voted your Tesla shares, you have the chance to attend our Giga Texas tour with Elon Musk and Franz von Holzhausen as your guides. Now, I just want to take a moment to point out and recognize how ridiculous and insane this is. This just goes to show how batshit insane Tesla is. What an incredible company. Dare I say, a cult-like following. That this genuinely is enough to prompt some people to exercise their right to vote. Just have the chance to win a guided tour of a factory, bro. I mean, what? Think about other companies on Earth. How many other companies would shareholders be that excited about getting a guided factory tour with some executives and senior folks? Like, what? Only Tesla. And now, in unrelated matters, we're going to look at some incredible performance from some electric vehicle companies showing that Musk probably doesn't deserve his fairly earned 2018 compensation after all. EV startup Farady Future published today that it sold a total of 6 FF91 EVs and leased an additional 6 in all of 2023. Farady recorded revenue of $784,000 in that period. Now, just for context, the guy you're listening to right now did more than $784,000 in not revenue, but profit in that same period. And I'm not trying to flex. I'm just trying to point out the scale of this absolute abomination of an EV startup. Even after all costs, a sole operator working out of his mother's basement, doing significantly better numbers. Wow. Saw a great post here from Brandon. 6 sold since the prototype was showcased over 7 years ago against a Tesla P100D. Congrats. Notice, by the way, the strategy here of Farady Future was to lure in dopes, just to be clear, people with low IQ, just dumb people. And I'm sorry they exist, and that's the target audience here. By producing a single prototype and then a bunch of videos attempting, keywords attempting, to give the impression that Farady Future is the next Tesla. Look here. Here are some videos of us versus a Tesla with the prototype that may or may not actually exist. We got 1.5 million views 7 years ago on this FF91 versus Tesla Model S 0 to 60. A bunch of sexy renderings and or pretty pictures of a prototype, which apparently prototypes are easy and production is hard. And the same prototype against the Bentley, getting millions of views on that as well. Combined, millions of views on a product that in 2023 sold 6 units in total. Now, there's conflicting information in this article. It mentions that they sold 6 models and leased 6, but then the actual direct quote from the company suggests that they sold 4 and leased 6. So I'm not sure if it's 4 or 6. Either way, that's pretty embarrassing, bro. And again, I mean, $0.784 million in revenue. There are people watching this video who had salaries in excess of that amount. Now, I'm not saying that's an average salary, but I'm just pointing out there are single individuals on Earth, many of them today, who aren't doing $0.78 million in revenue, but $0.78 million in profits and or salaries. Let me put this in context. This is less than $2,150 of revenue per day for a whole year. I mean, there's OnlyFans thoughts doing significantly more than this amount per year. Speaking of CEOs definitely earning their compensation, Peter Rawlinson in a new interview, quote, Tesla seems to be distracted. There's an interest in social media, even politics, and it's kind of losing its way. I don't see it having that singular sense of purpose, and I think it really falls to Lucid to take the technology to a whole new level now. Serious next level cope here from Peter Rawlinson, whose company is currently on fire and headed for bankruptcy. We are, of course, talking about Lucid Motors. So just to be clear, the CEO of Lucid, who made headlines for stock-based compensation in excess of $100 million recently, is currently talking smack about Tesla while Lucid, the company he presides over, is burning to the ground. A couple of years ago, they lured in one very far end of the intelligence bell curve with their, quote, investor presentation with projections for vehicles sold and revenues a few years into the future. And guess what? Their estimates just a couple of years ago for 2023 versus the reality, Lucid currently roughly at 10% of what they were suggesting they were aiming to do to investors just a few years ago. They didn't miss by 10%. No, they're at 10%, 1/10, off by a literal order of magnitude. Awkward. So let's see what Peter, hey, did you know that I used to work at Tesla, Rawlinson, had to say about Tesla. Quote, at Tesla, I was there for 3 years, from 2009 through 2012. And at that stage, Tesla was truly at the cutting edge, developing the most advanced technology with a clarity of vision and purpose, and an absolute singularity of mindset. What I'm seeing now is a worrying trend. Notice he's sort of fomenting a little bit of fear here, towards a sort of distraction. Tesla seems to be distracted. There's an interest in social media, even politics, and it's kind of losing its way. By the way, just can someone remind me what was the world's best-selling vehicle last year? Oh, that's right, the Model Y. Who makes the Model Y? Oh, that's right, Tesla. And what's currently the most popular attention-grabbing product on Earth that every A-list celebrity has ordered, owns, is being seen in everywhere. That would be the Cybertruck. And who's producing more electric vehicles per year than any other company on the planet? That would also be Tesla. Please tell us more, Peter. I don't see it having that singular sense of purpose, and I think it really falls to Lucid to take the technology to a whole new level now. Now look, in fairness, this could technically be true because Lucid seems to have the following strategy. Go bankrupt, but before we do, engineer obscenely efficient, incredible technology that doesn't scale, isn't cost effective, and will never get us to a profitable mass market vehicle. See, as I've said in the past, if you're charging $400 trillion for every vehicle sold, or alternatively, you're charging $150,000 but you're losing $460 trillion every vehicle sold, you can engineer the fuck out of things. Use the world's lightest, most efficient, most expensive materials, and on paper, appear to be out-engineering Tesla. But the goal here isn't to engineer the absolute most efficient per kilowatt hour electric motor. The goal here is to engineer incredible, efficient, reliable, high-performative, and importantly, mass market in terms of price point and performance products that you can sell in the millions per year. Lucid is out here trying to break a few records at the expense of their entire company ultimately going bankrupt because no one gives a flying fuck if you can shave 1/4 of a trillionth of a second off your 0 to 60 time if the vehicle you're selling is costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars and you're only selling it for $150. The Lucid tombstone, when the company ultimately goes bust, is going to read as follows. Did some great engineering and then died. Quote, I think it is very concerning and, as I say, I think there's a clear distraction there from the leadership which perhaps doesn't best serve those who are looking for an electric future. He's really trying to capture the attention and get this sort of agreement from the NPCs. Elon had an opinion. Without being direct about it. People rally to a sense of mission and Lucid has that mission. He added, right. That's why all the incredible elite mission-driven talent on Earth have abandoned Tesla to join Lucid recently, right? Oh wait, that's not happening. Now curious. The electric vehicle startup is reportedly gearing up to announce a partnership providing Hyundai's premium brand Genesis with electric motors. Oh, now this is news to me. I don't follow Lucid that closely, but I called this ahead of time. I said that's their best chance of survival. Partner, license technology to other companies, because they do have some good tech. Not surprised to hear about this. The collaboration aims to accelerate the development of a new all-electric sports car slated for 2025. As reported on Friday, Lucid is cutting its workforce as part of a restructuring and cost reduction plan. Notice, by the way, every fucking time Musk makes difficult and necessary decisions to pare back some of the company. Elon bad, Elon's on. A few weeks later, everyone else quietly, like Homer just backing into the hedges, the ultimate meme, does the same shit. And there's barely any coverage. Because Elon copped the arrows, because Elon had the balls to do what was necessary, and then everyone else gets permission. The same shit happened with X. Musk acquires the company, formerly Twitter. Shit cans about 80% of the employees, most of them, almost all of them, not everyone, but most of them completely useless. Total dead weight. The media, it's over, X is going bankrupt, how can the company operate? It's over. A couple of weeks later, all the other big tech companies do mass layoffs in the many thousands as well and get barely any coverage because Elon bad. And Elon gave them permission to rip off the Band-Aid. By the way, X is still operating with a fraction of its previous headcount and a far better product. Isn't that interesting? It turns out when 80% of your company is completely useless or worse, counterproductive and just busy meddling in people's ability to freely share their thoughts, opinions and ideas, when you get rid of the people who are just meddling and or slowing the company down, you can thrive with just 20% of the prior headcount. Isn't that amazing? In the first quarter of this year, the EV maker, the incredible Lucid, produced a whopping 1,728 units of its Air luxury sedan. What's that, like 20 vehicles a day? Wow, huge. Now look, I don't want to kick a laser-focused CEO when they're down or anything, but I just want to share what's happened in terms of shareholder value created and or destroyed for Tesla and Lucid. For example, over the last 1 year, Tesla in blue, Lucid yellow. Tesla stock over the last 12 months down just over 12%, Lucid stock down about 65%. Now look, that's a very short time frame, but for a company whose leader is apparently distracted, and the company's too interested in social media, and apparently something political, it sure looks like on average investors seem to be of the impression that Lucid does not have a very bright future. But hey, look, 1 year is not very long. Let's extend that time frame as long as possible to pre-Lucid IPO just for some contrast. And as we can see, in the last 5 years, technically of course, Lucid's IPO actually around 2021, but the vehicle that was likely to IPO the company was available from late 2020. And what do we have here? Tesla up 1,300%, Lucid down 72%. That's all good. And from its all-time high, Lucid stock down over 95%. Now, some of you guys may find it a little bit difficult to just do the math in your head. What exactly is a down 95% return look like? Anyone want to point on the chart, by the way, where I posted my video reacting to the absurd 2021 Lucid investor presentation in which I roasted the company, roasted their estimates, and literally called everyone buying Lucid stock essentially mentally impaired? If you happen to have been one of the extremely intelligent, "You're just a Tesla fanboy, stop stuck at Elon's eggplant and fucking Lucid's the next time." If you happen to be one of those geniuses who, let's just say, put $100,000 into Lucid stock near the peak, you'd today, if you still held the stock, have a huge return, having only lost $95,000, and you'd still have $5,000 left. Now, look, anything could happen in the future, but I just wanted to put that in context. This is quite the fall from grace. Now, you could argue, well, investors just don't understand. Lucid's the next Tesla. Lucid's going to do fine. I guess only time will tell. All I can say is it's a good thing that Lucid is able to continue to suck from the teat of the Saudis. Talk about earning one's compensation or not. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Plus, has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. Plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously, there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game's improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.